not just today, but often this year, we have been embarrassed and outfought by part-time teams. It's back to the drawing board. We have a terrible squad who barely look like they know each other, don't look any fitter than their part-time opposition, and are frankly an embarrassment. Fat Boy Rob, he got in touch, he said, got a feel for the Bulls, especially when you look at the extra game they had against Lee at Blackpool. Is that fair? Question mark.
Right, I'll get to that in a second. First of all, I'd say I echo absolutely everything that Alan got in touch with and said. Couldn't agree more there, mate.
Beaten down the middle in this one, quite comprehensively, by part-time prop forwards.
Oh, sorry, well, we didn't, because we decided that we didn't need prop forwards, Mark.
Right,
if you look at the starting lineup, there was three. We even went for size down the middle. Why Adam O'Brien got dropped for this one is beyond me. It's the first time I've actually questioned any of Rowan Smith's decision making in terms of the lineup he picked. Matty Blythe came back in at centre when James Clare had been doing an astounding job.
Adam O'Brien didn't play at all.
Adam O'Brien was dropped for this one. Started with Danny Addy
he was on the bench, was he?
No, Danny Addy was at hooker and Stuart Howarth was on the bench to spell him.
Howarth had a shocker from the radio report.
Right, anyway, that's the first big sort of question mark. That's the first time I've really questioned anything. Like, even when Rowan Smith played Danny Addy at hooker when we went to watch them in Blackpool, you could kind of understand it because he wanted to size up against that lead pack, which I think is what he was trying to do against Featherstone in terms of matching with the size, because he was missing some players. Crossley was out, Loaki's out. Now Loaki's been not a revelation, but he's improved dramatically under Rowan Smith. So they were missing some profils, but again, they didn't have enough size up front, and it was naive to say the least. And then Jamie Thackeray on the back of that just kicked us to death. Jamie Thackeray, Anthony Thackeray.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Jamie Thackeray is a prop forward who plays.
Yeah, Anthony Thackeray. Thank you. Okay, but the league thing
Briggs as well.
Yeah, Kyle Briggs
ball on a string, didn't he?
Yeah, absolutely, kicked us to death and just really played really well. Worst performance I would say under Rowan Smith, but absolutely. But just the mentality of the players. As far as what Fat Boy Rob says, was it fair for us to play against them? Yeah, absolutely, it's fair, because on paper, this team is should be competing with Lee in London. We're reaping what we've sown.
Secondly,
all season.
Featherstone got dicked by Halifax at Blackpool, did they not?
Yeah, exactly. No, no. I have no question. The you've played Lee 3 times argument doesn't hold any water for me, because we've been more than their match. Okay, we haven't beaten them, but they've been close, they've been good, they've been the best time, arguably our 3 best performances of the season have been against Lee. So yeah, absolutely, it's the draws and the defeats against Batley, Halifax, Dewsbury, Sheffield, fucking Halifax, Feathers, all of them, losing against all the part-time sides that we've lost against this season, and the performance against London. They're the reasons we're down where we are. We've reaped what we've sown. I think now the positive for me, or the thing that you need to get behind if you're a Bulls fan, is look at the signings that we've made under Rowan Smith in terms of improving the squad, in terms of...
Will you be able to fund that squad next year?
The conversation, according to... The narrative is that the squad is in place for next season.
Okay.
The squad has been signed up. What I like is the people that we've brought in have started to play well. Let's take Featherstone, the bottleless game against Featherstone out of the equation. Let's try and call that a blip. But you look at some of the people that are coming, Kieran Moss, Dane Chisholm, the young lad Charnock on loan from St Helens, apparently Leon Price is coming back to us as well. That all augurs quite well. We've still got Adam O'Brien on our books. We've brought in these 6 young lads from the under-19s. Now our 19s is performing well above...
third or fourth
in the table. So that's a really good sign for us. So I'm hoping that we trim it right down and we echo what London did this time last year, and that bears fruit for us in 12 months' time, because we've like I said 2 or 3 times, we've reaped what we've sown in terms of recruitment and attitude and inexperienced coaching and things like that. So
shall we move on to London?
Please, let's do, because they got a fantastic result.
Their middle-eight campaign.
It certainly was. 41 points to 22 victory away at Halifax. No mean feat when you consider that everything's all sort of said and done. You'd have thought Broncos might take the foot off the gas, and they didn't. Great result.
Well, Soward needed to get himself going, didn't he? Because he didn't in his first appearance. So there you go.
Yeah, Chris Macy got in touch with us. He said, really pleased with the way we bounced back today, and with 3 academy players in the lineup. That's the most pleasing part. Don't get too giddy, Chris. Apparently we're in for Elias McCarney as well. So,
but Oscar Thomas has gone
to London Scholars. Yeah. So who knows? It was Lee 58, Dewsbury 0. I think that tells you everything you need to know.
Justus Lucy's going to be heading up to Yorkshire.
Yeah.
Oscar Thomas goes back down there.
He's obviously no.
Well, there's an overlap somewhere, isn't there? Are plenty of stalking opportunities in the overlap somewhere.
Absolutely. League 58 Dewsbury nil tells you everything you need to know about that one. Oldham defeated at home 32 points to 20 by the Cumbrians from Workington, and Swinton were defeated 62 points to 24 at home against Batley Bulldogs. Have
I written that Oldham Workington score down right? Workington won.
32 points to 20 you've got us down for. I'll let you fact check yourself. All that means that Firth take 4th place, leading Bradford in 5th with Halifax in 6th. Workington at the bottom are now level on points.
32-30, not 32-20, sorry.
32-30, closer game then. Firth 4th, Bradford 5th, Halifax 6th. Workington are now bottom of the table, but level on points with Whitehaven, who they both have 11. Actually go above them, on points difference. There you go.
Yeah, big run of form for Workington with those halfbacks, like I said last week. There's a chance for them to pull back on Oldham, Swinton and Sheffield up in front of them.
You'd wish them luck, wouldn't you?
You were saying to me Bradford and Halifax basically just need to win one game to be contesting the Shield final.
No, they need a draw to be in the semis. They need to get 1 point out of the next 7 to be guaranteed a place in the semis.
Okay.
But I think we need to be making sure that we don't play Halifax in the semi-finals, because I suspect that they'll probably do us twice. My hope for sorry to go back to Bradford. My hope for the Shield thing is that we sort of say thanks.
If ever there's the week on the show this year to talk about Bradford, it's today.
My hope is that the club says to the players that are rumoured to be leaving, your Addies, your Clarks, and your Gaskells, and all these guys that are going off to play for Super League teams next season. Thank you for your service. Thank you for sticking by the club. We're now going to move on to the next phase of things. So you lads aren't going to be playing, I'm afraid, and we start bringing in some youngsters and start building towards next season and take it that way. Into League One then. League One Super 8's kicked off. Hunslet, close win over the London Skolars, 30 points to 26. Toulouse had a big win over Keighley, 40 points to 4 over the Cougars down in France. And Barrow were 34 points to 12 winners over Rochdale. In League One Shield, it was North Wales 30, South Wales 26. Coventry were 48 points to 6 winners over Oxford. And Newcastle got a 50 points to 24 win over the Gloucestershire All Golds. Into the NRL round 19 of regular season play. First game of the weekend saw the Cowboys nail the Bulldogs by 36 points, Mark.
Yeah, James Graham played for the Doggies, got 114 metres, but obviously that wasn't enough for a rampant boys' side.
Absolutely. The implosion at Suncorp continues. Brisbane Broncos 12, Penrith Panthers 31.
Zach Hardacre came off the bench to score his first try for the Panthers. Zach Hardacre's mum got in touch about...
Someone's been having some fun this week, haven't they?
Fifi. I strongly suspect this was Rich Wilkinson.
Yeah.
It came on the Google form minutes after his...
I hope at some point he gives himself away by coming up one of these pseudonyms, but then starting his message, now then, lads. Because that'll be the giveaway.
That's just what he'll do next week. Anyway, he said Zach started from the bench and got off the nudie run with his first try. Didn't have much to do, but finished it well. Had a chance to impress in defence, but got brushed off by James Roberts. Zach probably gets a pass mark for his performance, but I can't see him getting a big contract over a Penrith junior who will be happy to play for a lot less. Yeah, he has been bumped off a few, hasn't he, by some of these NRL players that you wouldn't anticipate he should be getting pushed off by.
Yeah.
Whether he's in the right shape that he was in previously.
You don't know. I think if he's going to make a success of himself in the NRL, he needs to get an NRL pre-season behind him.
Yeah, true.
Canberra Raiders were 26 points to 22 winners over the New Zealand Warriors.
Was this a golden point game again? Golden try?
Don't recall.
But anyway, for the Raiders, big effort in defence from the British boys. 40 tackles for Whitehead and 46 for Josh Hodgson.
Fantastic. The Gold Coast Titans were 36 points to 14 winners over the Parramatta Eels. Melbourne Storm beat the Sydney Roosters 26 points to 10. My Sharkies got a 36 points to 4 win over the hapless Newcastle Knights. St George Illawarra Dragons went down at home 25 points to 12 against West Tigers.
Yeah, disappointing one because it was Tyrone McCarthy's debut for the Red V here. Widdop also played, and Mike Cooper made 156 metres as the best performing of the three Brits.
And the final game of the weekend played out on Monday evening, Australian time, saw the Rabbitohs beaten at home by the Manly Sea Eagles 12 points to 20. Bit of Burgess watch for us, Mark.
Yeah, Joe Burgess, 148 metres, 2 clean breaks, and apparently a controversial overall try. I've not watched this game back yet. We'll see about that. Unlucky, my boy. Sam Burgess, 182 metres, 42 tackles. Tom and George, they both played 2.
Did you catch the Sharks game?
No.
Ben Barber had a try ruled out that would have been an absolute worldie, which I think they got wrong. I'll show it to you later. Okay, all that means that the Sharks stay top from the Storm. Raiders up into the top 4. Titans and Panthers are in 7th and 8th respectively, with a 2-point cushion from the Warriors, Tigers and Dragons. How are things doing down in Essex, Mark?
Well, it was the end of the Junior Rugby League season.
Yes.
Down in the London district. So Aaron sent us a message. He said the sun was shining for the London RL Finals Day, which was held at the Broncos ground in Ealing. The Eels under-13s ran out to play the Elmbridge Eagles. A close first half flowed one way than the other, but the Eagles were more clinical, with their 6 foot 2 inch centre stretching his legs twice to score.
He's not Papuan by any chance, and you just don't know how old he is, do you? How old are you?
Have they sent David Pye's big son down to play? Half-time, the Eels were trailing 12-0 to the Eagles. The second half carried on in much the same way. The Eels forwards would get good field position, but once 10 metres out, they couldn't break the Eagles' defence, failing to show their usual clinical quick hands or clever fifth and last kicks. The Eagles made the most of this, eventually breaking through twice more. Their number 88, maybe means 8, tally... taking his tally up to 4 tries. Credit to the Eels lads, though, who continue to work hard, launching a fight back, with Joe Edwards, Frankie Wright and Femi Sanya scoring the next 3 tries, with Josh Robson-Groom converted. At this stage, they had a chance.
I love the fact that I'm starting to recognise some of these players' names now and be like, go on, Josh Robson-Groom.
At this stage, they had a chance, but the Eagles came back strong, scoring a couple more tries to win the game and be crowned the London RL under-13s champions. A final score of Elmbridge Eagles 38, Brentwood Eels 18. The Eels boys were disappointed, Aaron goes on to say, but then once they reflected on the season, they realised that it had been a success, with a 90% win rate, which was incredible, with the majority of the team playing rugby league for their first time this year. Lots more to come from this group as they grow in experience.
That's incredible. Well done, lads.
The under-17s and under-15 grand finals were also played on the same day. The London Scholars beat against the Brixton Bulls, was apparently a cracker. 30 all at full time, went to Golden Point, which saw the Bulls score in the corner to become the under-17s champions, and then the Invicta Panthers versus the Elmbridge Eagles in the under-15s final, which saw the Panthers complete a League and Cup double at that level with a 32-16 victory. So there you go. And then the Eels Open Age team, they were also back in action this weekend. They were playing in the East Rugby League Premiership game against the St Albans Centurions. They always seem to be playing the Centurions.
That's it.
Running out at home, the Eels put on their biggest performance of the season to win 34 points to 12 and move into 4th position. All the London Junior Rugby League divisions are now finished for 2016, but the Open Age games carry on throughout the summer. I just want to add a note in, not to undermine the efforts of the Eels and how great they are as our team of the year this year, but the Devon Sharks, one of our previous amateur teams of the year, racked up a 100-point win this week.
Holy smoke.
So well done to them, and that was the first time they've put up such a big margin, so good to see things back on track in their 10th season.
We love all our grassroots teams, don't we? Fantastic stuff. Okay, that's the world of rugby league well and truly covered. Let's take a look into the future now as we bring you our predictions for the Challenge Cup semi-finals. Okay, it's Cup semi-final weekend, Mark. Are you getting nervous? Are you excited? Are you looking forward, more than anything else, are you looking forward to our tea time trip over the M62 on Friday?
It's going to be quite a trip, innit?
Can't wait.
No, I don't know if I'm looking forward to it after what we did last week. What I do think is we can't play that bad again, surely. That's my hope.
Yeah.
And I think Sean Wayne has shown some ability in the past to turn these boys around. It's shown it with like some of the playoff runs we've done after bad patches in the last couple of years. So hope there, I suppose. And we've got some quality players. So if we can exploit if we can exploit what weaknesses there are in this Hull side at the moment, which I think, for my mind, are squaring up the second rowers.
Right, it's funny you should say that. Go on.
Squaring up the second rowers on the edge with clever timed runs.
Right.
Unfortunately, dummy runners and clever timed runs are not the strength of this shoddy Wigan attack this year. But if we can get that fixed up for next week,
right.
I think that's an area we can tack inside between the centres and the second rowers. I think there's an opportunity there for Wigan.